scraping the skyline. Spitting up this blood again, so I can bring back the flood again. Know what's dark is sinking in, I'm thinking about the end, my friend. I never meant to hurt nobody, I just wanna be somebody. I'm here, way down below. All you living look so lovely. Welcome to the city of the dead,
where we all wear crowns upon our heads. Welcome to the city of the dead, where the lost are found in peace we rest. Welcome to the city of the dead, where we all wear crowns upon our heads. Welcome to the city of the dead, where the lost are found in peace we rest. Here goes the sun.
I'm popping shots in the mosh pit. Rock out in that dip, I drop a Glock in my sock. Quick, pop out with my Ricky walkie hard. You can stop, quick, panorama the shit. I burn my stock, I knock you off for 2 to 3 banana clips. I'm locking jaws of the naughty promise. Yelling, no stopping me, come and God, I'm a prodigy. I got models to follow me from beyond an anomaly. Bitches like when I'm tossing, told them cover me audibly. Then I'm back in my coffin. Come me God to death, I go beyond my fashion. But the stock, the call, then I get calls and wreck. And never solve an exit, that define perplexing. Not the crime is sexy, but it's stop the wreck. You could try to run for president, you would get it. Baby, fall it out and all the consequences. I better leave it with your honey, boss and mama. I'm the best, but it won't be my fucking life. I leave them running out of bed, I better leave it with your life, fight. I'm popping shots in the mosh pit. Rock out in that dip, I drop a Glock in my sock. Quick, pop out with my Ricky walkie hard. You can stop, quick, panorama shit. I burn my stock, I knock you off for 2 to 3 banana clips. I'm locking jaws of the naughty promise. Yelling, no stopping me, come me God, I'm a prodigy. I got models to follow me from beyond an anomaly. Bitches like when I'm tossing, told them cover me audibly. Then I'm back in my coffin.
Hey, I just got a new blade, make that wrist slash up. Crawling out of 2 graves, tell them get back up. And everyone, it's time to harvest some heads. So why you bitches better run, cause now we back from the dead. I think I need a body bag, I pull up death on my mind. The moon is rising, perfect timing, better pray for your life. I painted pictures like Picasso with the blood of my foes. A canvas dripping, I'm slipping down to the gallows you go. I think it's finally time to raise the devil, 666 on my jacket. With my brother, he just pulled up and he started slashing. I bring the gun, load the clips, now it's full automatic. The double J finally back with some murderous habits. Bitch, I'm a death dealer, look at my palms, that's a pentagram. Like cold leaders, I'm this evil, gotta see the man. All these pussies scared, yeah, they say we're too dark. They try to paint us as a villain, guess it's time to play the part. Okay, wait a minute, we back like we never left. I'm still the same, never changed, still a hole in my chest. I went to hell to meet the devil, had some debt to collect. I took the blade and gripped the hilt and drove it straight through his neck. Back from the dead, bitch, we coming with the fire. Taking souls and turn the world to cold, that's my desire. Rolling with an army, only 2 inside the unit. I've been sharpening the iron, let me show you how I use it. I'm so awful, I know it, I just keep laughing as I'm flashing. I can't stop it, it's all with the body stacking, overflowing. Oh God, what have I done? I just said with the grain. We're taking over like we told you, let's go do it again. Bitch, I'm Michael Myers in the graveyard, couple bodies in the Baghdad soul turns black when we pull up in that hearse. You ain't never coming back. I just got a new plan, make the wrist slash, yeah. Crawling out of 2 graves, tell them get back, yeah. And everyone is time to harvest some hay. So all you bitches better run, 'cause now we back from the dead. I think I need a body bag. I put my death on my mind. The moon is rising, perfect timing. Better pray for your life. I painted pictures like Picasso with the blood of my foes. The canvas dripping, I'm slipping down to the gallows you go.
Some violent content. Parental discretion.
Violence in the street, no mercy, stand until they cannot bleed. Murder, murder in my head all day, it's like a canopy. I cannot sleep, this sanity fills me with all this agony. Try to overthrow the king, place will into your cavity. These busters always talking shit, they think that they know everything. Tie the wrist and break the legs and watch them beg, have mercy please. I ain't got the time for this, I'll stand to the dark abyss. Shadow grips the scythe and takes the life of blasphemers today. Listen to this stanky bark, I'm bringing out this dirty funk. Bow to the phantom and you'll see the light today, you punk. I got no problem laying anybody in my trunk. With the shovel make you dig a grave and you'll see God if you have faith. Down the hell you'll burn in flames and tied up with your limbs and chains. Lucifer lies in your face and cracks it open with the mace. You are a fucking disgrace, so bring out all this fucking pain. Say my name is Shadow Mace, so say it or I'm gonna fucking
Hello and welcome to the second build video on my new channel and my first ever Necro build video, which is long overdue. And for the race in Mundus, we are Breton. And we're running 22 points in Magicka, 42 points in the health. Apprentice Mundus, Smoked Bear Hunch, and we're always Vampire Stage 3. Let's get started talking about the gear. For starters, I'm running Ballords, 2 medium pieces right here. Ashen Grip on the body, medium gloves, medium guards, medium boots, light sash, and heavy chest. All tri-stat, reinforced on the chest. Everything's in pen except for the chest piece. Running Sea Serpent's Coil with prismatic glyph on it, regen glyphs on it. 2 Moonhunter rings, both infused. They don't have to be Moonhunter. You could just use any double or 2-piece spell damage set. Then we got Master's Dual Wield, the weapon damage in the offhand sharpened, and Shock Enchant on the Ringhold main hand. Then we've got a defending Vatron's Ice Staff, non-perfected or perfected version. This is good. Both will work. Alright, next up is skills. We're starting off with Degeneration, basic, major, brutality, and sorcery buff. Don't really need to explain this one. It's a diet. Does decent damage. You can kill people with it also sometimes. Ruinous Scythe. Our main spell, kind of, I guess. Sets them off balance, but bleed damage and procs Hemorrhaging, which also procs Minor Mangle, which is minus 10% HP, which is a pretty good debuff. And this also heals. 1 of 6 heals on this build. The next skill is Blast Bones, your other big damage skill. You want to cast this from a distance if you can, like if you're engaging into a fight. This should be the first thing you cast, or second thing you cast after degen, to allow it to build up more damage. Blood Craze, this is our second heal on this build. Use this, and with Master Duel it does a lot of damage and it heals you every second it ticks. And then you got the Ghost on the front part, the Spirit Guardian. Try to keep this up as much as possible. I know it's not like it used to be. It's pretty hard to keep it up sometimes, but you just gotta do it. Cast it as much as possible, make yourself so you're always getting the extra regen from the Undead Confederate passive. And then Dawnbreaker, your ultimate. I think y'all know what this is. I don't know if I have to explain this one too much. Just try to time it, you know, to your other skills. Dawnbreaker and the Blast Bones and the Scythe. And that'll kill most people while they're dotted up from the Blood Craze and the degen dots. Backfire, you get your heal. Resistant Flesh, probably the best burst heal in the game. It gives you a crap ton of HP, and also gives you resistances equal to half of what you healed for. Pretty good. Resolving Vigor, your heal over time, 4th heal. Also gives you minor resolve, increases your armor by 3k, both resistances by 3k. Summoner's Armor, your major resolve skill, makes your summons cheaper. Try to keep this up as much as possible also. Blood Mist, the new mist form. I use Blood Mist because it's also a heal. You could also use the other more for Lucid Mist, either or, it doesn't really matter. I use this one because it helps me to kill guards, I guess, a little bit faster, and I can stay in like PvP a little longer with all of the 6 heals I have going. And then you have Elemental Susceptibility, which procs your Vatron's Ice Staff on the back bar also. Applies major breach, reduces their physical and spell resistance by 6k, and can proc Burning, Children, Concussion status effects as well. And then you got Goliath, this is your old crab button. I've been using this a lot more than I did the last time I was playing. It's actually really good now with Sea Serpent's Coil. It just does so much damage, and you can pretty much tank a Zerg for the whole duration of it. Alright, next up is CP. Starting off with Ironclad. Reduces damage taken by 6%. You always have this. Force of Nature. This increases offensive penetration by 660 for every status effect your target has. And with this build, applying Scythe, Hemorrhage, Blood Craze, and Elemental Susceptibility will basically automatically keep this maxed out at 8 debuffs, which is about 5,300 more penetration like all the time. As long as you're keeping those 8 debuffs on people, which is very easy to do with the build and the dots. Master at Arms. This is just 6% damage done at all times on all of your non-dot skills, all your AoEs, all your direct damage skills like the Scythe. Blast Bones gets buffed by this. Pretty much everything. Exploiter. This also buffs all of your damage, including the dots, though, after you set someone off balance with what you do with the Scythe. Then for the red shirt, we're running Pain's Refuge, Survival Instincts, Rejuvenation, and Sustained by Suffering. Alright, on to the second build, which is the build I use most of the time for when I'm in group. Small scale grouping. Then that is, it's pretty much the same build, except for I'm running Plague Break instead of the 2-piece spell damage and double arena weapons and Sea Serpent Spoil. This group build has no mythic in it, but it's Plague Break jewelry with regen on it, trash stat regen on it. So the armor is the same as the other build, pretty much. The same action and grip, all tri-stat, 5 melee, 1 light, 1 heavy, a reinforced chest. We're running a lightning staff, Plague Break with weapon damage on it, and then we're running Vadishans on the back bar, Vadishans Greatsword on the back bar to keep the weapon damage high, and also proc the heavy attack. But you can also, or the heavy attack proc on this set, which can also be proc with the lightning staff. Also, it doesn't have to be proc with the greatsword. You can proc with any weapon as long as you have at least 5 stacks of the frenzied momentum up. Skills for the second build are as follows. We got Turn Evil, increases your weapon sweat damage just for having it slotted. Gives minor protection when you stand in it, minor endurance when you stand in it as well. Furious People, this is good for turning fights around, getting the dog pile off of you and turning the tables, switching the fight up. Scythe, this is how you proc your Ashen's Grip and sets people off balance and bleeds them for 4 seconds. Blast Bones, your big damage burst skill. Always usually cast this first after you cast your major sorcery and major brutality buff. So try to keep this up, like I said before. Camel Hunter, good for finding invisible players like Nightblades. Don't spam it though, you run out of stamina. Increases your crit rate and gives you minor berserk on crit. Dawnbreaker, resistant flesh, resolving vigor again. Summoner's Armor once more. Blood Mist, again for the heal and the damage that it does, and the escape and engage tool as well. Forward Momentum, this is your major brutality and major sorcery buff. Also gives you minor endurance and removes snares and immobilizations. So if you're getting like the crap kicked out of you, you want to get away, you want to cast this first, and then you want to mist after you cast Forward Momentum. And then we got Goliath again, Big Daddy Goliath, bone form, does damage, makes you pretty much invincible for 20 seconds. Should never die while you're in this form. And if you do, then you probably were gonna die anyways. The only CP difference in this build from the second build is I have a Occult Overload instead of a Force of Nature, and this just procs secondary explosion basically when you kill somebody on top of the Plague Break explosion. Does a lot of damage. You can kill that one specific player in the group. It'll pretty much just set off a chain reaction of explosions and probably kill the whole group of his buddies. Alright everybody, I believe that is a wrap. Thank you for watching this video, and if you want to see these two builds and more live, check my Twitch out, and I'll leave that link in the description. And I will also leave the two builds and the UESP links in the comments as well, and in the description. Yes, thank you for watching. I hope you all have a good day / night / afternoon / evening / morning, wherever you are in the world. Have a good one. I'm out.